Hi, today we are going to be discussing about mantras, and I'm going to be thinking a lot in this video because I haven't really written a proper script for this. But the topic of the video is that how to chant a mantra rightly and how to make a mantra your own. So, like I mentioned in the last video, all the mantras in the world have actually come from the Dunguru of Shivji, and sound and light is what the universe is made up of. Alright, so which means what? That the mantra that you choose for you is for sure going to work. Now, this video is not talking about how to go about choosing the right mantra, but if you are ever given a mantra by somebody, or if you randomly come across a mantra on a YouTube and you want to take it up, or the mantras that I keep on putting up on the page, and if you want to take it up, then how to chant it correctly. So there are a couple of things that you need to understand. First, take it like a challenge. So usually for each mantra, there is going to be a certain different number associated with that mantra. This number is how many times you're supposed to chant it to reap the benefit of it. Like for certain mantras, it's 23,000, for certain mantras, it's 50,000, etc. But as a thumb rule, if you take up a challenge of 1,08,000 mantras for any mantra, that's when your wish fulfillment or your karya purti is going to happen. So how does universe work? So whenever you're saying something constantly, they say that it gives it to you, right? Or whenever you're thinking of something constantly. So it's the same with the mantra. When you take it up like a challenge, that means you're going to be doing it regularly for a significant period of time. And that's when the universe listens to the phonetics, the sound, and it starts giving you what you deserve. Because mantra is the language in which the universe understands things. And each time you're chanting the mantra, not only you make the mantra stronger, but you are also inching closer to the fulfillment of your desire. You know, this takes me back to Harry Potter. Remember how they said for Voldemort that don't take his name, it makes him stronger. It's the same thing for a mantra also. The more you chant a mantra, the more it is going to take you forward towards the fulfillment of your wishes and desires. So whenever you take up a mantra, firstly, be prepared that you will have to take it up like a challenge. This is not something that you can do for a little while or off and on when you feel. If you go back to Buddhism also, while in Buddhist philosophy it is said that even if you chant for a little while, you will feel good. Still, it is suggested to do it daily, to make it a practice. It is the same with any mantra in the world that you follow, that you're supposed to make it a practice and do it for a significant period of time. Hence, a challenge works. And finishing a certain number like a 1,08,000 number works. Then the second most important thing, you have to treat the mantra like a baby. What does that mean? You have to nurture the mantra. Just because you have been given some mantra, it's not like you've been given a medicine or a jadi booty that the moment you take in 3 days, it's going to subside the effects. No. You need to treat the mantra like your child. You need to, follow the mantra with reverence. There needs to be purity in your heart. There needs to be association and love for that mantra. And I know this may sound a little bit too much for something like just a mantra. But let me just tell you that everything in the world is sound and light. So the more nurturing you are towards your mantra, the more it is going to give you back. So nurturing a mantra is very important. Nurturing means this only that you're not supposed to share the mantra with people. This is supposed to be a private journey. You're not supposed to tell the people that okay, what mantra you follow or what practice in terms of your mantra, etc. you believe in. This is just something for you, and it is not supposed to be known by people. So you're supposed to have a very private, secure and pure relationship with the mantra. Third, try making it a lifestyle. And it works for me because I'm very analytical in my approach towards life and towards everything else. So see if it works for you. Still, what do I mean by a lifestyle is that try understanding that how the mantra came into being. Who invented the mantra? Who put the sounds together? And what does the lifestyle of living with that mantra means? Are you not supposed to do certain things or take care of certain things more properly? So read up a little bit more about the mantra. When you feel more close and personal with that mantra, that means automatically, the nurturance and wanting it to take it up like a challenge is going to flow in you. And lastly, patience. Patience is very important whenever you're doing anything. So you have to be patient with your mantra, but at the same time, just chanting the mantra is not going to reap the benefits. I like to blend a mix of psychology, science, and spirituality together. And hence, I'm telling you, suppose if you're chanting the mantra, but you haven't really worked on your self-sabotaging patterns, or you haven't really worked on your money mindset, or your fear mindset, because of which you're not able to grab on opportunities, or you haven't done the inner work to attract the right kind of relationship or the right kind of love, then everything is a fail. Because while the mantra may give you what you desired, but later on, once you grow, you may realize that that is not what you desired. That's one scenario. Secondly, the mantra again may give you what you desired, but then if you have self-sabotaging patterns, you may not feel ready to take it up only. So it is imperative that you're also working on yourself along with being patient with the mantra. So tell me if you learned something new about mantras today. Comment below, and I'm soon going to be sharing a lot of mantras on my page with you. Bye.